Hey, what's up? This is Jared with the iPhone App Podcast. Today we're going to take a look at Flycast, which is kind of like XM radio, kind of like local radio, kind of like internet radio, all on your phone. So just like it says, it's free, and your favorite stations, listening, history, and personalizations will work anywhere. You can use it on your desktop computer too. So we've got lots of channels here in the guide. Well, not lots of channels, but we've got channels to choose from in the guide here that are kind of like presets in a sense. Underneath all those category presets are a lot more channels for you to check out. So that's pretty nifty in my opinion. Then it kind of gives you, I like this, radio using 3G Wi-Fi or radio using Edge, because sometimes I don't know what all of the bit rates and stuff. I mean, yeah, I do. Don't get me wrong. I know what all that stuff means. But the average user does not know what bit rates are good for listening with what and all that stuff. So they break it down right here. I've even had people ask me, well, when you're doing an app review, you should say whether or not it's good to be used with 3G or Edge or Wi-Fi. I don't necessarily know, to answer your question, if it's good for all those. I could sit here all day and turn off 3G and turn it back on and turn it off and use Wi-Fi and see how it works, but I don't really think that most of these apps are rated to work across all three. Some of them, I mean, some of these apps where it pulls in map information and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't touch it unless you were on a 3G or a Wi-Fi. But this here breaks that down and gives you that information here in these radio guides, and gives you exactly what your connection is. So if I'm on a Wi-Fi, I could listen to whatever I want. If I'm on 3G, I could get away with 3G. Maybe even if I want it, if I'm not feeling like the 3G is working really well, I can go over to Edge and use that. Then we have our city guides also. We can listen to radio stations in some of the major cities. So this is really good. There are other apps out there that do this. Tuner and some other apps out there that do similar things like this, but they don't come preloaded like this app comes. They have a lot of channels out there, but they're obscure and I've never even heard of them before. My chances of hearing some of these radio stations or knowing of them is pretty good. So you've got your guide here, you've got search, so you can actually go and do searches. When you create favorites, you can get favorites, but you actually have to create an account first so that it remembers you, because it's going to sync your information with your Flycast account online too, so you can listen to music from online. You've got your history, and then you've got your settings, quick play, auto restart, conserve battery, run the connection test. Maybe you don't know what you should be using right now. So basically it's going to tell me that my connection's good enough for anything I want, because I'm on a 25 megabyte connection, so in your face. But nonetheless, this Flycast is great. I've been using Flycast for a couple of weeks now, and have had a couple of suggestions from listeners that I review this app, because people are loving this app. I literally have had probably 4 or 5 people in the last week say, hey, what about Flycast? And I said, hey, I'm reviewing it already, so get off me. But this app is great as far as the content that it provides you. I mean, look at all those categories. It's got more categories than MySpace for music, except these categories make sense. Yeah, so let's check out classic rock. Okay, we've got a bunch of channels for classic rock. Load one up. Yeah, buffers for a few minutes and it starts playing. What I like is that it starts playing first and then loads in all the crap second. I would rather get to music fast before I get album covers, before I get information. They get it over at Flycast. They get that lag is one of the biggest things to deal with. So why not play the music first, bring the information second? It's a simple concept, but apparently nobody has got it except Flycast, this is great. So this is good. And I mean, when you pause, it goes into conserve mode, so it's not sitting there running a bunch of downloading and everything. It pauses. It actually pauses instead of continuing to stream. So this is a good app. Flycast really got it right. I can click on my little that's pretty hard. Let's get back here and see if I can't I don't want to listen to music. Let's turn that down. I have too big of a finger to get to this little eye, the indicator. So it's difficult because my fingers are big, but it gives you some good information. You've got a mute button right here. You can go and view more information about this on the web, or click web, and it's going to bring in a browser right here. So this is a good app. This is a very good app. Flycast got it right. It's free, so it's a great app. Flycast is going to take care of all your music needs on your iPhone. And this is something, if you remember me talking about AOL radio and some of those other radio stations that only give you very specific bit rates, if any options at all, if you're in a edge-only area, you'll be able to use this app and get radio. Then, of course, if you get into a 3G or a Wi-Fi area, that just means you can get some higher quality radio. So this is a great app. Flycast really got it. I just think Flycast as a name is a little confusing to people. So if you were confused about what it is, know that it is a very amazing radio broadcasting application, so you can pull in radio stations and listen to them on your iPhone. So that's going to do it for the review today. My name's Jared Hill, and you've been watching the iPhone App Podcast. Take care.